This video demonstrates the most important features of Cassiopeia and allows to get started quickly, without having to work through the written documentation. We recommend to use the documentation on the Advanced Science website as a reference though. Let's get started by activating Cassiopeia and logging in. We create a new document by choosing Database, Create Document from the menu, and choose the title. Let's resize the document a bit and hit Save to save changes. I've prepared some text for this demo and will copy that into the document now and make a bit more space between the future section headers. The first thing we usually do is to structure our document by creating sections. Let's use this headline here and make it a section by choosing Command-Shift-S. And here again, Command-Shift-S. You can also find this function in the menu. Create section, Command-Shift-S. Let's do this with this section here as well. Command-Shift-S, 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 and so on. And hit Save again. The first thing we usually do is creating sections. Let's copy paste this text a few times to generate some content. This is supposed to become a subsection. I now press Command-Shift-S again to make this a section, and now I press Command-Shift-D to make this a subsection of this section. Let's hit Save Changes and create another one. I can also simply on an empty line press Command-Shift-S. If I do that, I get object name panel. This is another subsection. You might see that the font is smaller than the font here. Let's save changes and press Command-Shift-G to open the table of contents drawer. You might see the little arrow here indicating that we have subsections. Click on the arrow to see the substructure of this section. Okay. This table of contents drawer can also be used to jump from section to section. Double click brings us to introduction, a double click here brings us to equations, and so on. Let's close the table of contents drawer again by pressing Command-Shift-G again. And add some text here. And some text here as well. Emphasis. We can create emphasis as follows. Just select some text and press Command-Shift-E to emphasize the text. You can do this here as well, and here again. Let's create some LaTeX for this document. We create LaTeX and thus a printable PDF with Command P. Pressing Command P opens the print document panel. Simply click on the brown wheel to generate LaTeX and let Cassiopeia compile it automatically. Let's do it again with the title page and with the table of contents. Okay. Figures. Figures in PDF, TIFF, PNG, and so on format can simply be dragged onto the document. Let's give that a try. We have this little picture here on the Advanced Science website. I want to drag it here. So just drag it over and get it inserted in the document. Let's generate LaTeX for this document again. Command P and click on the brown wheel. This is far too big. Let's fix that. You make a Command-Shift double-click on this figure to open the inspector. Caption is clear. This is an interesting figure. Let's insert something like width is 8 centimeters here. And try again. Command S for save and Command P for print. This looks much better now. Equations. A new equation is inverted with Command Y. We can use the emphasize function now to emphasize this text here. Let's give it a try. I press Command Y. This inserts a new equation and puts us into equation mode. We can now just start typing naturally. Y is equal to x Control H 2. I now use the cursor keys to get behind the x to the power of 2 and continue typing. Plus 2x plus 3x plus 10. I now press return to get out of equation mode and back into normal text mode. Let's make a double click on this equation to duplicate it. You can now click into this equation, walk around, press return to get out of equation mode, walk with the cursor keys over the equation, and once we are on the equation we can use the cursor down key to get into the equation and then use the red cursor to walk around within the equation. Select portion of the equation, press Command C, walk to another location and insert what we have copied with Command V and remove it again. Okay, let's make an Alt double click on this equation. See that Cassiopeia has automatically summed the 2x and the 3x to 5x. We can do that because Cassiopeia uses mathml for the internal equation representation. Let's select this portion of the equation and press Command C, get out of the equation and press Command V to paste the content directly into the text stream. To see the mathml that is used to represent this portion of the equation. We have apply here in the operator plus. We have another apply for power x to the power of 2. We have another apply times for the 5 times x and so on. Let's get rid of this. Create another duplicate of this equation. Get some more space and replace this y here with y opening parenthesis x closing parenthesis to make it a function. We can now simply do a shift double click on the equation to insert a function graph for the double clicked equation. Let's change the limits here a bit. Okay, we can also do a Command-Shift double-click on the equation to open the equation inspector. The equation inspector allows us to add a caption, to box the equation, to number the equation. What we want to do now is to differentiate, to take the first derivative of this equation. We don't have to specify a variable because Cassiopeia already knows that we depend on x. Or this is a function with respect to x, so we simply click on differentiate and get the first derivative of the equation automatically. We can drag this on the function graph as well. Just drop it here in the text view and get a second equation. Let's add some color. Maybe blue for the main function and red for the first derivative. Okay, let's fix this here. We don't want to have auto here. This is a bit better. Next section. We have already seen how to create 2D plots. Let's try it again with another function. Let's see. Command Y to insert a new equation. And then now I do a U opening parenthesis, T closing parenthesis, equal U Control L for index low, 0. Cursor up, cursor right, SIN, Cassiopeia automatically recognizes the line function, and now press Control G to get a Greek character, in this case A for alpha, oh sorry, we take omega, so Control G and W for omega, and T. Cassiopeia automatically recognizes that this constant time t is the argument of the sine function and puts it in parentheses. I use the cursor up key to get out of the sine part, cursor y to get next to it, and I continue writing Control F for fraction, 1/2, and return to finish the equation. Let's create the first derivative of this equation as well. I again do Command-Shift double-click to open the inspector and click on differentiate. This automatically gets us the first derivative of u. Let's insert a new function graph. And add the two equations. We insert color, introduce color again. Blue for the main function and red for the first derivative. And change the limit to values that make a bit more sense. Here we go. Back to equations. If we don't remember the keystroke for a symbol or for a part, we can use the equation integer palette. It contains all available symbols and parts, vectors and matrices, operators, integrals, all kinds of brackets and miscellaneous symbols, and a lot of compare symbols. Let's give it another try by making use of an integral. Let's calculate the volume of a sphere. The integral volume element is given by creating a new equation with command Y and press D, U equal R. Control H, 2. Cursor up, cursor right. SIN, Control G, B for beta. Cursor up, cursor right. D, Control G, B for beta. D, Control G, R for alpha. D, R. This is the infinitesimal volume element in spherical coordinates. We now need an integral to actually calculate the volume of the sphere. In this case, we will take the diff integral. A double click on this entry automatically inserts the integral into our equation. We could also have pressed Ctrl I and then D to insert the integral without having to use the palette. Okay, let's use the U here. We can now simply substitute this expression into this integral. I press the Alt key and drag this equation onto this equation. This gets me a new equation with the du replaced. I now do an Alt double click on this equation to simplify it. In this case, this leads to an expansion of the volume integral. Click into the inner integral and press Ctrl Y to upgrade the integral and specify limits for the integral. We integrate beta from 0 to pi. Ctrl Y to upgrade this one. We integrate from 0 to 2, Ctrl G, P, and integrate this one from 0 to R. Let's Cassiopeia do the work. Simply press the I key and double click on the equation until the result appears. Here we are. This will be the volume of a sphere. Let's hit save to save changes and go to the last section. We can reference equations, sections, figures, and so on with links. To create a link, press Command M for mark. This creates the first half of a link. Let's demonstrate this. As we can see I now press Command Shift M. Sorry, this must be Command Shift. As we can see in M, we continue the text. We now go to the target. This might be this equation or this section title or this figure here. In this case, let's take this equation. I simply click on the equation and press Command Shift L. The equation gets automatically numbered and the mark is replaced with equation 1 and printed in red to indicate that we have a link. I hit save to save changes and create another link. We have also seen in Command Shift M again for mark, Z, and some more text. Now let's go to section equations. Simply click on the section title and press Command Shift L. Let's go back down and mark got replaced with equations. Save again. I now make a double click on this link and automatically get to the equation section. And a double click on this link and automatically get to this equation. This could be another document or the same document, no difference. Okay, let's finish this tutorial with creating LaTeX again for the whole document with a title page and with a table of contents. Here we have our section title, complex title of the table of contents, and all the stuff we have worked out, including links, as we can see in equation 1 and so on. Thanks for watching.